Senate candidate Mike Huffington raises a new controversy. Political reporter Dave Bryan tells us the book charges Arianna Huffington with having connections to a Southland religious cult, connections that run deeper than she has acknowledged.
The issue that separates us from Palestine right now is so enormous.
While her husband is tending to his congressional duties in Washington, Arianna Huffington has been burning up the campaign trail back home. She's a full partner in the Huffington race for the Senate. Some have called her the Hillary Clinton of the Senate campaign.
I'm talking about a revolution of responsibilities.
But now, a new book written by a disgruntled former member of a controversial New Age religious group claims Arianna Huffington has had deep connections to the cult, the movement of spiritual inner awareness.
Her connection is there. It is absolute. There is no doubt about it.
Until last March, Peter McWilliams operated at the highest levels of the movement himself. He co-authored a series of books, some of them bestsellers, with the leader of the group, former Rosemead High School teacher John-Roger.
That Which Is presented by John-Roger, the founder and spiritual director of MSIA.
In an interview last May, Arianna Huffington acknowledged she had a brief interest in the movement, but was never a member per se.
There was never anything to be connected with. There isn't anything you join. There isn't anything that you become a member of. It's more like, you go and take seminars, you go and to retreats, you buy books, tapes.
But McWilliams charges Arianna's involvement with the movement went well beyond casual interest. He claims this photo in the book, with the faces of two companions blocked out, shows Arianna being baptized by cult leader John-Roger at the River Jordan in 1984. McWilliams says she was already an ordained minister in the group.
She was ordained in Paris in April of 1978. She never gave up her ministerial ordination.
You probably haven't heard of the movement of spiritual inner awareness, or Messiah for short, but you may be familiar with Insight, a personal awareness seminar founded by John-Roger, similar to EST. It was popular in California until 1988, when the LA Times ran a series of investigative reports detailing charges from some of Roger's former followers, who claimed he engaged in sexual harassment, intimidation of those who tried to leave the cult, and lived a lavish lifestyle at the movement's expense. Mount San Antonio College philosophy professor David Lane, author of the book Exposing Cults, has written extensively about Messiah and its leader, John-Roger.
Is he considered to be a divine medium? The answer is yes. Do people think he's the closest thing to God, even higher than Jesus Christ in some levels? The answer is yes. Is it a group in which you would want your son and daughter to join? And the answer is absolutely not.
Lane confirms that Arianna Huffington was not just a casual observer, but a minister in the Messiah group, and he believes John-Roger had a great deal of influence over her.
Does a minister in MSIA who carries a card, who's been associated with John-Roger for at least, let's say, a decade, maybe 20 years, does he have an influence on her? Tremendously so.
Yesterday, after a speech in Buena Park, I asked Arianna Huffington about the charges.
It's just tabloid journalism. And the worst thing...
refute the allegation that you're a minister in this movement of spiritual inner awareness?
I'm not going to address any of these things. They have nothing to do with this campaign. I'm a born-again Christian. That's the end of the subject.
Later, off camera, Arianna, who in the interview last May claimed she wasn't even a member of Messiah, now told me she has not renewed her ministerial credentials in the group since 1986 and has had no connection with them since then. That would be some 6 years before her husband entered politics. She said her experience with Messiah was no big deal, just part of her search for spiritual awareness, during which she studied a wide variety of beliefs and religions. In Buena Park, I'm Dave Bryan, Channel 9 News.
The Huffington campaign